Thank you for being with us again, taking time out of your busy schedules. We certainly appreciate this and hope that you'll find something of value here. Thank you for responding to the poll questions. Most of you are planning on doing all 4 weeks of Advent as well as Christmas Eve. And the resource that is most helpful for you, many of you said social media graphics to share, which was huge. Also background slides, the intro videos and illustration videos and shareable videos. So lots of good things. We're excited again to be here with you and talk about the Advent season and Christmas and what that can look like for your church. So we are focused in today on really how to connect people in your community to your Christmas season services. And I'm Jason Day. I'm a longtime pastor and the Director of Strategic Partnerships here at Outreach. And I have with me Erica Chumbly, who is our program manager here. And we are excited to be able to share with you and really give you some practical ideas on how you can make the best of your Christmas season. So let's just jump right in. The agenda, we're going to go through some tips for making the most of your Christmas season, and then we're going to talk to you about a turnkey Advent and Christmas solution that we've developed here at Outreach that is called The Star. Very cool. There's some free resources to get you started and some invitation promotion tools to help you connect with your community. And then as I mentioned earlier, we'll have a time at the end for some questions, some Q&A. Again, if you do have a question, you can click that Q&A button in the top left-hand corner or the bottom center of your screen and just type in your question, and we'll get to those as we can throughout the webinar. So let's go ahead and jump right in to some important tips and strategies for making the most of your Christmas season. The first idea is to focus on the power of personal invitations. Most of you know, you've probably heard the studies that the most powerful and most successful way to connect people into your church is through other people. It's through personal invitations. And so we really want you to be thinking about how are you going to equip the people that are already a part of your church family? How are you going to equip them to invite their coworkers, their classmates, their neighbors to your Christmas season events, services, worship gatherings, and so you want to be thinking personal invitations. Is there something that you can get into people's hands that they will be able to share with someone else? Now, statistics do show that having something tangible to give to someone else increases people actually inviting others. And so if you can get something into their hands, oftentimes as a pastor, we would have these around our different events, and we'd make them available. We'd have them in our worship folders, our bulletins, or hand them out every single Sunday leading up to a special event like a Christmas Eve gathering or a series like an Advent series. And we'd have those every single week leading up, and we would encourage, I would stand up and encourage everyone, hey, I want you to take this, I want you to get rid of it. I don't want you to throw it in the trash can. You know, we don't want to be picking them up after worship, sitting in the seats. But we want you to take this with you and be praying about who is it that God's laying on your heart to invite to Christmas this year. And so make some time, think through that strategy, talk about it, make it a priority at your church, this idea of personal invitations. It's huge. The second idea is to leverage multi-channel and multi-touch. So what do we mean by multi-channel and multi-touch? Your church has an opportunity to get the word out about the things that are going on in your faith community, about the things that are of value to you, the things that you are doing to help serve your community. You have an opportunity to get the word out across many different channels. And so you want to be thinking about those different channels. So for example, we just talked about personal invitations. That's one channel. That's actually putting something into your people's hands and encouraging them to share that with others. Another channel would be your church website, right? Another channel would be your church's Facebook page, other social media networks, Twitter or Instagram or others that you're on. Other channels would be things like direct mail, right? Getting an invitation into every mailbox in your community. Other channels would be different ways of just really getting the word out, whatever that might look like, whether it's on social media, whether it's on radio, whether that's equipping and mobilizing a group of your people to go and kind of blanket a neighborhood and, with door hangers and invitations, whatever it looks like. There are many different channels, and you want to be getting the word out across those different channels because different people receive information in different ways. So multi-channel, then multi-touch is kind of builds upon that, and that means just really you want to be able to deliver your message or your invitation to your Christmas services, your Christmas events, multiple times. And so you want people seeing that on Facebook. You want people seeing that in their mailbox with an invitation. You want people seeing that with a personal invitation from a neighbor or a friend. You want people to see that again, with a door hanger. So multi-touch. There have been many studies done on messaging in just in the world in general, in marketing and promotion, and what does messaging mean, and how are we most effective with our messaging. And really there's kind of the rule of 7, and basically it says that someone needs 7 positive touches in order for them to take action on your message. So you want to be thinking about that. What are different ways that you can get the message out and make that invitation? And these are all ways to really kind of make your church be known in your community for something positive that contributes positive to your community, and really just gets the word out, helps brand your church, helps introduce people to your church, whether they're people who've been in your community for years or newcomers as well. So leverage multi-channel and multi-touch, very, very important. Idea number 3, you want to simplify how your people connect with neighbors. And so we've talked a little bit about this, personal invitations, something that you get into your people's hands. But I want to specifically give you guys a very practical idea that I've employed as a pastor with our congregation in trying to just, really mobilize our people. And basically, what we've done is we have gotten ordered door hangers. Right, so you can get door hangers customized for your Christmas events, and you can even have your door hanger customized around the theme of your Advent series, your Christmas Eve, and have different things on there. So if you're doing your regular Advent series, you can have your worship gathering times on there. If you're doing a special Christmas Eve gathering, you can have that information on there. If you're doing something special for families or for kids, you can have that on there. So different things that are going on during the season in your church, have all those on the door hanger. And then what we do is we would challenge every family in our church to take 12 of those door hangers. They take 12 of those door hangers, and the challenge was to go hang them on 3 doors to the right, 3 doors to the left from their home, right, on their block, and then 6 homes across the street. So it's a total of 12 homes. Right around them, they're neighbors. Some of those neighbors they probably know, but some of those neighbors they may not know, and this gives them the opportunity to really do something focused right on their block. You want to encourage them to be praying for those 12 homes, those families in those homes, and that God would open up some opportunities for them to invite them. So get those door hangers on those doors. It's just a super cool way, very, very simple, very practical way to put something in your people's hands to get them focused on praying for their block, praying for their own neighborhood, and just a really cool way. So that's just one idea. There are plenty of other ideas you can probably think of on how to really simplify how your people are connecting with their neighbors, with the people right there on their own block, right there in their own community. And again, just making those connections and helping them, helping empower your people and equip your people to invite those people who are living right around them to your Christmas season events and worship gatherings. Idea number 4, this is one for all of you pastors and ministry leaders. You want to take the time and make the time to rest right now. In just a couple of weeks, we hit Thanksgiving, and from Thanksgiving all the way through the first of the year, the new year, as pastors, we all know that very, very, very busy time. Lots of things going on in the life of our church, but also many things going on in the life of our community. And as pastors, we want to be involved in the community, in our own neighborhood. So lots of things going on in area schools, community events, all of those things. So a lot of your time is going to be taken up. So you want to carve out maybe a day or two right now in the next week or two before we get to Thanksgiving to really just take some time, just to rest, take a little bit of a sabbatical, really get your mind and your heart focused, because this season that we're coming into, post-Thanksgiving through Advent, into Christmas and New Year's, is a huge season in the life of the church. great opportunities for you to be connecting with new families in your neighborhood, in your community. And so take that time to rest now. And then the fifth idea is really we encourage you to help your people to prepare their hearts and their families for Christmas by using an Advent devotional. Really, if you think about it, the Christmas season here for us tends to be a season that is, like we mentioned, very, very busy. It's a season that is very commercialized in the world in which we live. And so there are lots of things that are kind of pulling us away from the focus of the season, which is the birth of Jesus Christ. And so there are all these things that are challenging us and challenging for our time and our energy and our focus for us as pastors. But then if you think about all the families and all the people within your church, so you as a pastor, as a ministry leader, you have the opportunity to really help your people focus in and help them kind of quiet their minds and their hearts and really allow God to speak into their lives during this season. This is one of those seasons that I found in my years of ministry that, you know, we as the church can be countercultural because there is so much focus on, spending money, buying gifts, doing this, running here, running there, all the busyness and the bustle of the season that just takes up so much of our time and our energy and our focus, that this is an opportunity for us to really challenge our people and help them to quiet themselves down and to live into the Advent season, which is all about expectation, anticipation, and preparation for the coming of Christ. And so what we have done in years past is we have created Advent devotionals and made them available to the families and the people in our church. And some years I would write those devotionals, every day with a scripture passage and some thoughts. Other years we'd invite people on our church staff, our pastors, or some of our other ministry leaders, or just people within our congregation, invite them and let them write some of those devotionals. But there's some years that we would pick up and purchase some devotional books and just make them freely available to all of our people. So really this is a way to really help your church really focus their minds and hearts in on the season and let it be a time of refreshing and a time of joy and a time of growth, spiritual growth for everyone. And so really encourage you guys to help your people prepare their hearts, prepare their families with an Advent devotional. And those Advent devotionals can be done, as families, at home. We encourage our families to pray through those, a prayer each day and then a reading and then kind of talk about the themes of Advent. So some great ideas, I think, to really make the most out of your Christmas season. Speaking of devotional books, we happen to have a devotional book for you. We try to make that easy for you. So The Star, A Christmas Journey, is our theme this year. Outreach, our team has worked really hard on this. And so this is a devotional book that you guys can use and make available to your people. 30 days of readings leading all the way up to Christmas, and really focuses on the Advent themes: hope, love, joy, and peace. And so you can download a sample of the devotion if you want to kind of take a look and see what it is there at outreach.com/devo-sample. We encourage you to take a peek at that. So that's just one resource that we have for you to help you as you are stepping into this Christmas season. I'm going to turn it over now to Erica, who again is our program director, and she's going to share more about the theme that we have put time and energy into for this Advent season, and that is called The Star, A Journey to Christmas. So Erica?
Thanks, Jason. I wanted to give you a little background on the content of this campaign and what it's about so that you can get an idea of that. So we created this church campaign kit based on survey results from some of our customers that have done our campaigns in the past. And we discovered that churches prefer a 5-week series that covers Advent and Christmas Eve, all of it, as opposed to just, the first Christmas kit we offered 3 years ago that was just Christmas Eve only. So that's why, we saw the need that a lot of you are saying, we do want something that covers the entire season. So The Star, A Journey Journey to Christmas does that. So we designed this, as Jason mentioned earlier, to be a turnkey solution for you during this busy season. And the idea here is to help you create a series that your congregation and visitors will remember. It's got impact, and it also challenges people even beyond Christmas into the rest of their year. So I wanted to give you just a bit of a behind the scenes look at the content here. As you can see, we named this The Star, A Journey to Christmas. So what exactly does that mean? The sermons and the videos and the devotional book are all geared toward two main things. The first being the journeys of Mary, Joseph, and others like the shepherds that took that very first Christmas journey, and the world-changing birth of Jesus and what that meant. Second, what does that first Christmas have to do with the journey that each one of us is on today? And how does the true star, Jesus, the light of the world, illuminate our paths? So this is what the campaign seeks to help people explore and discover for themselves. At the conclusion of the webinar, we're going to let you know how to get a free download bundle to help you preview some of this content so you can get an even better idea of what's in it, like the first sermon, for instance. And we're going to give you an even more detailed look at the kit. It's a complete 5-week Advent and Christmas Eve experience. And as you can see here, we have a proposed schedule. We're recommending that you start your series on November 26th, since Christmas Eve falls on a Sunday this year. However, this schedule can be adjusted if you are following the traditional church Advent calendar, on which the first Sunday of Advent falls on December 3rd. And you can see the sermon titles on the screen there to give you an idea of the progression of going through hope, love, joy, and peace. And then it's all tied together for that Christmas Eve service, A Journey to Christmas. We know that potential visitors are more open to coming to your church during this season than at certain other times during the year. So this is really a perfect opportunity for you to offer a series that your congregation will want to invite their family and friends to. So this is going to be great in helping you simplify your planning because everything is included. You're going to have a cohesive look during the season, so it's going to flow together very nicely into a series. And there are also ways that we'll talk about where you can decorate your church to match this theme, so it's all makes people feel very welcome, gets them excited about the series. And we also want to give you some feedback that we've heard from some of our other customers via survey. So we wanted to share some of these because these are from churches just like yours. So here's a quote that we have. Excellent. Thank you for putting together such a great series and such creative media. Here's another one. The topics of hope, love, joy, and peace were helpful at a time when things are a little chaotic and different. And this was actually a quote from a pastor who used our Gifts of Christmas Advent campaign last year. And of course, I think this always applies. You know, our world is in chaos. Things are a little tumultuous out there. And so this is really drilling down into the gifts and the true meaning of Advent that God gives us during this season. Here's another one. The videos are well produced and helped our small church feel big time. So again, the idea is just that you have everything you need to make it look professional, to make it look, well prepared and well done, and it's something that people will remember. So what's in the box? We've got, some icons here that you can see exactly what's included, and there's a lot in this kit. You get 5 customizable sermons. They're actually complete, and you can use them as is, but you can customize them to your style and your church's needs. There are 10 videos. That includes invite videos. There's a promo video for the series. There are sermon bumper videos that you can use to open up each service, and there's a Christmas Eve welcome video as well that's very powerful. We've included 24 web and social media graphics to help you promote your series and services and help get the word out with these visuals. We've got PowerPoint templates that you can use for your sermon during the series. We've got a coupon book. This is a really great bonus because if you go through here, there's over $200 in savings for products that relate to this series and Advent and Christmas Eve. So you'll want to take a look at that, and the savings are really good in there. We've got bulletin insert templates where you can just customize it with your information and let people know about your series. We've got an event planning guide. It's full of helpful timelines and ideas to get you started and being well prepared for this. We include a free devotional book in the printed kits, and that's where you can preview this, get an idea for the content, and decide how you want to give it out during your either the entire Advent series or during your Christmas Eve service. We have sample promo tools so you can see the possibility of using the door hangers, the invite cards, and there's even 3 posters included in the printed kit so that you can hang those up around the community. And as a bonus, we are including the Star Movie Advent Kids Kit. So I wanted to tell you a little bit more about this kids kit. It's an awesome kit. It's the first children's series we've done here at Outreach, so that's exciting for us. And for this one, we partnered with Sony Pictures Animation, who produced this new movie called The Star, and it's going to be in theaters nationwide on November 17th, so just a couple weeks from now. A note about the movie, it's very well done. Of course, kids are going to love it, but I think adults will too. I certainly did. This film tells the story of the first Christmas through the eyes of the animals at the manger, so it's really cute. And it doesn't actually retell word for word what happened in the Bible, of course, since there were no talking animals, but this movie does feature Mary, Joseph, King Herod, and others, and it follows the biblical account, and it includes the hope that the birth of Jesus brought. So you'll definitely want to see that, and it's really good. So this kit is great for Sunday school or midweek classes. There are lessons and activities included for 2 different age ranges, ages 3 to 6 and 7 to 10. We've got a leader manual that's helpful for you children's ministry leaders to help give you ideas and just kind of help walk you through this series. And there are 5 Star movie clips included, so that's fun. You can show these clips and it goes along with the lessons. There are web and social media graphics to help you promote this series. There's a planning guide, and there's even printable coloring sheets with characters from the movie. So there's lots of fun stuff to get kids involved and tie in the movie and just get them focused on what it means to have love, hope, joy, and peace during the season. So this digital download kit is actually for sale on its own for $29.95, but I just wanted to highlight here that the kit is actually included free with our 5-week Star Journey to Christmas kit, and that's true whether you buy the printed kit or the digital download version of the 5-week Star kit. We've got 4 different versions of the kit. We just wanted to give you, all the options, a quick overview of what you can get here. So what you see here is the Star 5-week Advent and Christmas Eve printed kit, and it comes with everything we talked about before. And we've also got the digital version. The difference here, you still get all the resources, but it doesn't include the devotional book sample or the promo tool sample, but you still get all the videos, the sermons, the graphics, and it's a great thing to just be able to instantly download. We've also got Spanish versions of the kit that are digital only. So everything is in Spanish language, the videos, the sermons, the graphics, everything. And it does not include the devotional book or sample promo tools, but you do get the Star Kids kit. That's the English version. That's the only version we have as a bonus to use in children's ministry. We've also got a complete Christmas Eve service only option for those, maybe you have a different series planned leading up to Christmas Eve and you just want this service. We've got that too. So it comes with the Christmas Eve sermon, 4 videos, the web and social media graphics. You still get the coupon book and the planning guide. And this is a digital download.
Awesome, Erica. Great stuff. You can see our teams put a lot of time and energy into preparing this and making this available for your churches. Now, as you know, if you jump on webinars often with me, I love to give things away for free, and that's exactly what we have for you. So some cool things we've got. First up is the free resource bundle. This has social media graphics, the first sermon from the Star, so you can kind of take a peek at that, look that over. So that resource bundle is available to you free. And then I'm super excited to talk about our free engagers. Your church can get 500 free engagers, and even the shipping is free. which is just a no-brainer. So you can log on and we'll give you all the information where to go, and you can get these engagers. Now, these engagers are super cool. They've kind of been referred to as a kind of a modern day tract. So those of you who are familiar with tracts back in the day, these are full color. They fold down into a kind of a small pamphlet, but then they open up completely and have this full color graphic on the inside. And this is specifically designed around the star. And so these 500 free engagers, you can get these into your people's hands and encourage them to go and share them with their coworkers, their neighbors, their classmates, or whomever. And you can even put your church's information on the back, and information about what's going on at your church during the Christmas season. So those are super awesome. You do not want to miss out on those. In fact, I encourage you guys to get these ordered in the next 2 or 3 weeks. Again, they're completely free to you. But you want to get them in the next 2 or 3 weeks because they're available. You can go to outreach.com/free-bundle, and that's where you can get all the information on this great stuff. On these engagers, incidentally, we already have, churches have already ordered over 2.5 million of these engagers for the star specifically. So churches are taking advantage of this, and I really encourage you and your church to take advantage of it as well. It's just a free resource from us here at Outreach to help you reach your community. Also, you will get 10 free Advent devotional books when you buy the 5-week church kit. Now, we've never done this before. This is the first time we've done something like this, but we are giving away 10 free copies of that Advent devotional book. So that's huge. So if you get the 5-week church kit, you get the 10 free Advent devotional books. You can get those 500 free engager tools. You can download that free resource bundle. Erica talked to you about when you order the 5-week church kit, you also get the star, which is the Sony movie package kit for your children's ministry. That is just super cool stuff. So you get all kinds of free stuff. So outreach.com/free-bundle, check that out. And then I want to talk to you for just a moment about some of those invitation and promotion tools that our designers and our team have put together specifically to be used to complement the Star Journey to Christmas, our Advent theme for this year. So postcards are available. You can reach every home in your community with an invitation to your Advent season or your Christmas season events. And so this is huge, and I have the opportunity to talk to pastors all over the country about connecting with their community, and postcards are still one of the best ways, and really one of the only ways, to reach every single home in your community. So lots of pastors I talk to, they have apartment complexes that they're trying to reach. Well, they can't go door to door in those apartment complexes, or perhaps they have a gated community in their neighborhood, and near their church, and they can't go into a gated community. But you can send a postcard to every single church, and churches are seeing great success with direct mail. So direct mail is very huge. And if you've never sent a direct mail with Outreach, if we've never helped your church send direct mail, we have a special offer for you. You can call 800-991-6011. And we have special pricing for those who have never done it before, just because we want to help you see the value of that and what it can do for your church. It's very, very powerful. So that's available to you. Invitation tools, we've talked about this a bit. So door hangers, personal invite cards, you guys can order those. You can customize them right online at outreach.com, put all of your church's information and have them customized and made available to you. Banners, Erica talked about having kind of a cohesive look and cohesive feel. So you want to think about this from the perspective of a newcomer, a guest coming to your church, because you're encouraging your people to go out and to invite their friends and coworkers and neighbors and have them come in during your Advent season and your Christmas Eve worship gatherings and events. So when they enter into your church, how cool is it for it to have just kind of a cohesive look? It's kind of saying, hey, we were expecting guests, we were preparing for guests. And so we have indoor banners, a variety of styles of indoor banners that all connect with the overall theme of the star. So there's this cohesive look and feel. We also have outdoor banners available. So you can have customized outdoor banners that have information about your church. We have flag banners available. We have light pole banners, whatever might work for your particular context. And so those are available as well. And again, just kind of keeping that cohesive look. We do have invitation promotion tools in Spanish as well. And so if you have a Spanish congregation or Spanish-speaking congregation, or if you have, multi-language within your church, these are available in Spanish as well. So very cool stuff. Just to talk a little bit about the pricing of the church kits for the STAR. The first three here are all the 5-week Advent plus Christmas Eve kits. And with all of those, you do get that free 4-week children's Advent kit. So just keep that in mind. That's that extra bonus. But, the first is the 5-week Advent and Christmas Eve kit. It's the physical boxed kit. It's $89.95. That kit you can order. That'll be shipped to you. And so that is the actual physical kit. If you want to just go with a digital download, you can get that in either English or Spanish and have immediate access to those digital tools and resources. And that is $69 for either English or Spanish for that. And then if you, as Erica mentioned, if you already have plans for, your sermon series leading through the Advent season, and you just are looking for something for your Christmas Eve gathering, we do have the Christmas Eve only digital download that's available for $29.95. So that's the pricing, as you can tell, very, very reasonable. And the cool thing about this, what I love is, our team, we put together, the videos and all the digital graphic tools, all of those things. And, a lot of churches, you don't have a videographer on staff, right? Or you don't maybe have, a graphic designer on staff that could just do that. Well, we make that available to you. So our videographers, our graphic design team, they do all of that work for you to put all those pieces together to help complement your sermon series for Advent. So we make all that available to you at a very, very reasonable price. I think you'd agree. So awesome opportunities there. And don't forget about all the cool bonuses. I want to talk to you for just a moment about the devotional book. So we do have quantity pricing. So we encourage you guys, if you want to be getting these, so that every family in your church has one of these, you want to, hand these out maybe Sunday after Thanksgiving, so that your people can be preparing and begin stepping into this daily devotional with the members of their family. We do have the quantity pricing. It's there on the screen for you. And do not forget that you do get 10 free devotional books with the 5-week church kit purchase, right? And not only do you get those 10 free devotionals, but it also qualifies you for our lowest pricing on those devotionals. So you can purchase any quantity for the price of $199. So super cool deal there as well. Again, we just have had a lot of feedback from pastors about the value of these daily devotionals. And so we really want to help resource your church, something that will help your people and your families in their spiritual formation during this season, because that's really the focus, right? It's helping people take their next steps in their journey with Jesus. And so any way that we can help you do that, we're excited to. So some great opportunities there. Now we have kind of ran through our different tips, our different resources that are available to you, ways that we can kind of resource you and come alongside of you and your church and help you out. And so now it's time for Q&A. And we have had some questions come in during the conference, or during the webinar rather, and we've answered them. And so any other questions that you have, just click on that Q&A and we'd be happy to answer. So some have asked, when do you start this series? I know Erica touched on that. There are a couple different options. Because this year is a unique year in that Christmas Eve falls on a Sunday, you may want to start the series the Sunday right after Thanksgiving. And now, traditionally in the liturgical calendar, that isn't the first Sunday of Advent, but that does give you 4 weeks, a traditional 4 weeks leading up to, and then that 5th week is that Sunday of Christmas Eve itself. So you can go that route, or if you want to stick to the traditional Sundays of Advent and kick the series off on December 3rd, you can do that as well. And then on Christmas Eve, depending on what you are doing for your Christmas Eve programming, And at worship gatherings, you can either have, the Sunday morning as the fourth week of Advent, and then that Sunday evening, Christmas Eve, as a Christmas Eve gathering, using that Christmas Eve content that we've provided, or you can just decide how you want to use that. So great question there, and I hope that kind of clarifies that. Questions about the engagers. The engagers are a very good tool, very simple tool, again, that you can get into your people's hands. And yes, shipping is free on those 500 engagers as well. So it's 500. This is just an awesome tool for you to get and make available to your people. And it's completely free as a gift from us. So those are available. Most other questions I think we have responded to throughout the webinar via text. So if there are any other questions that we may not have hit upon, now is your time to ask. Just a couple of reminders. You can view a devotional book sample chapter at outreach.com/devo-sample. And then that free resource bundle, we encourage you guys to jump on there and get that, outreach.com/free-bundle. So we have a question comes up, if you order today, when do the engagers arrive? Yeah, so that is a great question. They'll arrive relatively soon. I don't know exactly. That's a question for one of the outreach specialists. And the outreach specialist, if you go to outreach.com, you can live chat with one of them right now and ask that question. And that would be, they can help you with that. Or you can dial in, call our 800 number, dial in directly and get that for you. So we have some other questions, or let me talk just real quickly about, so that was a timing question on the engagers. They gave me delivery date of November 23rd. Thank you for that information, Colette. So apparently Colette was cool and she jumped on and asked one of them immediately, and they said delivery date of November 23rd. So thank you for that. Thanks for the help. So anyone who is looking for those engagers, they could show up by November 23rd, and that just reach out again to the outreach specialist and they'll help you. A couple other things, just a reminder, for the direct mail, if you are doing a postcard invitations to invite people into your church for Advent, or for Christmas rather, you want to have those ordered by the week of Thanksgiving. That'll allow enough time for production of those, shipping of those to your local post office, and then the post office getting them into people's homes in time for Christmas Eve. And so if you want to invite people to your Christmas Eve event, candlelight service, or whatever gathering you might have, you want to make sure your direct mail is ordered by the week of Thanksgiving. So that's something you want to jump on. Of course, if you order them earlier, they can get out earlier if you want them to do that. So let's see here. A couple more questions. One is, can the devotional book be used separately from the Advent series material, or do they have to be used in conjunction? No, the devotional book is just a devotional book that kind of walks people through the four primary themes of Advent. So joy, hope, love, and peace. Those are kind of traditionally the themes of Advent, and so that's what the devotional book focuses upon. So it isn't. I mean, in some ways, it is tied into the Advent series just based on those themes, but people will find use for that devotional book whether or not you are actually using the the sermon themes every week provided by the Star. So hope that makes sense. Other questions? Nope, I think we're good. I think we've answered pretty much everyone's questions as they've come in. And again, we just thank you for taking the time out. We hope that some of those tips are helpful for you, and then some of these tools and resources that our team has provided for you. And I know it's always nice as a pastor to get some free resources. So we love we just love blessing our pastors. So hope you take advantage of those. And again, if you have any questions, you can jump on outreach.com and live chat with one of the outreach specialists or call in on our 800 number. But don't forget to get that free bundle, outreach.com/free-bundle. And we appreciate you, pastors. We love you, and praying for you and your churches during this time. So God bless you all.